actually Nava, and I'm doing homework 3 infographic study video. The first thing I want to talk about is the client demographic. So the most frequently community that uses the NPO Clarity Child Guidance Center is going through research. It says mostly Hispanic families, but it also shows well, because the target that the NPO goes for is for children who are 3 from 17 years old, and anyone who is struggling with a mental health disorder. So that's what I got from that. Focus on local community data. So on the Clarity Guidance Child Center website, there is a video where Dr. Michaelison explains about teen Latinos and suicide. So she starts to talk about how there's 50% of Latina teenagers that are reported that attempt suicide, only compared to 8% of African Americans and non-Hispanic Caucasian girls. Then in the video, it talks about how the characteristics of young Latinos in the USA, and it describes relationships between suicide and Latinos, including cultural expectations, the role of family, and recent research, and explains measures of prevention and treatment, including the barriers to access for Hispanic families and how they can overcome. Further talking about that the NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness, that the Latino community don't openly talk about their mental health issues. And there are many Latinos that do not seek treatment because they don't know the signs and symptoms of mental health conditions or disorder, or they don't know who or where to go ask for help. Five things that the community should know about when developing my project idea is that firstly is that mental health it doesn't happen in one specific ethnicity or race, so it can happen to anyone regardless of where you come from. Secondly, is a mental health disorder can happen between the ages 14 or under. So you can develop mental health symptoms when you are born to 5 years old, but then you can develop a mental health disorder when you're 14. Thirdly, is that there is help for mental health, and there are resources that you can use. You just resources just needs to be promoted in social media, in parents and teachers. So talking about mental health is important in families and at school and when order at work. Because again, a mental health disorder can happen at any age. But you can get a mental health disorder when you're just 14. Fourthly, mental health shouldn't be it shouldn't be a topic not talked about, or like it should be a topic that you shouldn't feel ashamed to talk about, because if you talk about it, you see, oh, someone struggles with their mental health too, so then you'll be able to not feel that it's a weakness, or if it's shameful. It's something that you should talk about. Lastly, is that you're not alone. Mental health isn't a topic that shouldn't be hard to talk about in family or talk about in school. I mean, if you feel sad, if you are struggling, or if you have if it's actually an illness, if it's like schizophrenia, anxiety, I mean, you can go to your parents and talk about it. It shouldn't be hard, even though if you're actually the person dealing with a mental health disorder, then it feels hard, because I've dealt with a mental health illness. And